Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Moore. And for the first topic, we're going to talk about the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They went at it in game one yesterday of the Western Conference Finals. And to recap it a little bit, the Dallas Mavericks won behind Kyrie Irving giving you 30 points, Luka Doncic giving you 33. Mavs supporting cast came through. PJ Washington 13 points. Derrick Jones Jr. didn't have a great game, but he played pretty decent for himself. Daniel Gafford, he almost had a double-double, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Derek Lively, once again, comes off the bench, giving good production, had 11 rebounds, 9 points. So they're getting good production from their bigs. And I'm noticing from Jason Kidd that he's running like a 7-man rotation. He's not no 8-man rotation. Usually like a 7-man, like Tim Hardaway Jr. He's really not getting a lot of minutes. He only played 10 minutes. Josh Green played 13. So he's not really running a big ton of rotation minutes, and that's perfectly fine. The Mavericks, they didn't shoot from three really good, honestly, but Kyrie and Luka was able to get in the paint, was able to get into the paint at will. Surprisingly, when you have Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, and Karl Anthony Towns, but they was able to get to the rim. Another thing, Kyrie Irving in this game, he started out hot. I was talking about it in the last series, how he in the first half he doesn't start aggressive. But in game one, he started aggressive. He had 24 points at halftime, and I was like, okay, Kyrie Irving is starting out good. But in the second half, he kind of slowed it down a little bit, and I feel like that's just how it is in the NBA. You start out hot, then you finish cold. Start out cold, finish hot. That's just how it is. Luka Doncic, he came alive in that fourth quarter. He dropped like 17 points in that fourth quarter against the Timberwolves defense. It was really a good game. But this is what happens when you have two of the best scorers in the league on the same team. Any one of them could go out there and give you buckets. So on the Mavs side, I think they played pretty good. Could they have shot three from three better? Yeah. Should they have shot from the field better? They actually shot 49%. So that's really good if we're being honest. And they out rebounded the Timberwolves. You have 2 7-footers and you're out rebounding them. That's kind of weird, but good for the Mavericks. Now the Timberwolves side, I feel like Jaden McDaniels started out really good. And I've always said that if you could just get this offensive production that Jaden McDaniels has been giving the Timberwolves in the last couple of games, they can win, because we know what Jaden McDaniels is going to do. He's going to play really good defense, but it's like his offense. What are you going to get from him? And in the last couple of games, he has been giving you really good offense. Cat didn't have a usual Karl Anthony Towns game. He only gave you 16 points, 7 rebounds. I think you got to play better than that. Gobert, he played decent, but obviously you're the defensive player of the year. You have to play better. You have to rim protect. You got to block shots, even deflect shots. You got to do all of that, man. Like, you're the defensive player of the year. And Ant-Man, he has to play better. I'm not going to lie. You go 8 for 16 for 19 points. That's not good. And you are the best player. They're counting on you. I noticed that when Anthony Edwards was driving to the hole, that they kind of clogged the lane up so he wouldn't have a free easy layup. Like, they made him pass it. They're basically saying you're either going to pass somebody else or you're going to have to shoot. Now, Anthony Edwards is he's a decent shooter. But I'll take my chances with him shooting than him just going to the lane at will. And that's what the Mavericks did. And they shot and they shot way more threes than them, but they still lost. So I don't know what they can do next. Like you shot 18 3-pointers, you shot 36% from the three, you shot 42% from the field, and the game was close. You only lost by 3. So basically, if Anthony Edwards gives you an Anthony Edwards game, he's averaging like 28 points this postseason. In a Karl-Anthony Towns game, he's averaging like the low 20s. They win this game. But obviously, the two stars, you got Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards versus Kyrie and Luka Doncic. The Dallas Mavericks stars came to play, and the stars on the Timberwolves did not come to play. It's simple as that. They came to play. And then in the post game, Anthony Edwards said that we are tired and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna give you that excuse because you know what you're getting into. Like you said, you're gonna guard Kyrie Irving, and that's fine. So, but you can't say, "Well, I am tired having to guard both ends on the court," and I think that's understandable. But you don't need to say that. We don't need to know that you're tired. We really don't need to know that you're tired. You need to just go out there and play your game of basketball, bro. Attack the lane, shoot, play defense. Like you're the one that's gonna have to guard Kyrie unless they switch it up. Because if you put say Mike Conley on Kyrie, he can't guard him. Now it will help with Anthony Edwards help him get rest on an offensive end because you could tell like he just didn't have it. So Chris Finch and the coaching staff got to figure out what they want to do. Is next game, are they going to put Ant on Kyrie again? Because we know what Kyrie going to do. You got to chase Kyrie around, and he's going to do whatever he wants. So do you want your best player and probably your best scorer having to do that on both ends of the court? I don't know. But I think a key thing is you can't let these guys get rebounds on you. Like Karl-Anthony Towns is basically 7 feet. Rudy Gobert is like 7'2". Like you can't let them out bully you. Like you gotta enforce your will. And the Mavericks, they already taken home court from y'all. So the best thing y'all can do is tie this series up, man. Because if it goes down 2-0, if the Mavericks go up 2-0, it's going to look a little nasty. But the Timberwolves, I think they'll do what they got to do. Naz Reid actually played good. I almost forgot about Naz. Naz Reid played good. Kyle Anderson actually played good too. He gave you 11 points in 17 minutes. Naz Reid gave you 15 points in 24 minutes. So they played good. I just think they got to enforce their will. Like, Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards aren't going to stop Kyrie and Luka. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to stop them guys. But you can slow them down and make them work for them points. You got to make them work, bro. Luka is a bigger guy than Jaden McDaniels, but I believe Jaden McDaniels can play good enough defense to where Luke Dort, and I know Luke Dort is a bigger dude than Jaden McDaniels, but I believe Jaden McDaniels can make Luka Doncic work for them points like Luke Dort did against Luka. I believe that. And I think the same with Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards, he's going to look at the film and see, I could have played better. If I play better, we probably win that game. So I think he's going to come back better on the offensive end, better on the defensive end. They're all going to come to play because that game was right there. It basically took like an offensive goaltend for them not to lose because after that, if Cat gets that putback, the game's tied. And honestly, we don't know. And everything changes. So we don't know what happens. So I just think the Timberwolves, I think they just got to play better on the defensive end. You got to rebound. And that's really it. On the Mavs end, I think you just got to shoot better from three. Kyrie and Luka are going to do their thing. And I do think you got to get more production from your role players to an extent. Like, I think PJ Washington is probably the third best scorer on the team. So I think he just gives you a little more. If Derrick Jones Jr. could give you one of them little outbreak games he had, 2 of those games against OKC, Mavericks definitely got a chance of taking game 2. So I'm not gonna go back on my pick. I still got Tim Wolves, and I think I had Tim Wolves in 7, and I'm just sticking with that. So, and I think the Tim Wolves are gonna win game 2. All right, so the Celtics and the Pacers. I talked about it yesterday, but this is just for game 2. Celtics and Pacers. I think what the Celtics need to do, they got to stop switching, because if you put Al Horford in that pick and roll with like Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, or Pascal Siakam, it's cookies. I feel like it's cookies for them. Like, they're gonna be able to get whatever shot they want. The same with the Celtics. The Celtics, I think they gotta play better. They gotta shoot better. The shot making. I feel like they just take a lot of ill-advised shots. Like I said with the Jason Tatum, he did not have to back out against Miles Turner. He did not have to do that. He could have just stepped back, bring it all the way out back to mid-court or something, and like they could have reset the offense. They didn't do that. And I think Jaylen Brown, he's gonna play good. Drew Holiday, I don't know if we're gonna get a Drew Holiday master scoring class again, but if he plays like that, the Celtics are definitely winning. And Derek White, there's gonna be a game when Derek White gives you 20. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I think the Celtics have to find a way to get their bench with Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Luke Cornett. If those guys do play, Peyton Pritchard will play. Now, Sam Hauser and Luke Cornett, are they gonna play a ton of minutes? I have no clue. But when they do come in the game, they gotta match the scoring. They gotta match the bench production of the Pacers in Ben Shepherd, Obi Toppin, and TJ McConnell. They gotta match that somehow, because you don't want to really depend on the Jays and Drew and Derek White to like overuse themselves. So I think they play better. The Pacers, on the Pacer side, if Miles Turner has been pretty good. He's been pretty good these playoffs. And if he plays like how he did in game 1, now he did kind of slow it down in the second half. But if he plays like how he did in the first half of game 1, the Pacers can they can steal the game. And Pascal Siakam, he had, like I said, he had himself a good game. Tyrese Halliburton has been so much aggressive outside of that game 1 in New York. He's been so much aggressive and been shooting really good. So I think the Pacers can find a way. Can they find a way to steal a game? I don't know. After they choked away a game, I don't know what more they can possibly do. But I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll find a way to play better. Their defense isn't going to help them. It's going to be the offense in that fast pace. And like I said yesterday, the Celtics, do they want to play at a fast pace with the Pacers? I don't think so. Can they though? I think they can, but do you want to? No. You got to get it to a half-court game. Slow it down. Because the Pacers are going to try and score in transition, hit transition threes, get to the basket. And you got to find a way to stop the pick and roll. And Al Horford, like I said, you really can't take him out. He provides production. But it's like you can't really take him out, because you need somebody to handle Miles Turner. But in game 1, they did have Jason Tatum at the 5 for a little bit. And will Joe Mazzulla do it again? I can see him doing it again for a little bit. But if Jason Tatum plays like how he did in game 1, 36 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, was a plus 20 on the court, they got a chance. And same with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown had a good game too. He had a really good, efficient game. And the Celtics have so many options. They have so many scoring options, and they all play defense. All 4 of those dudes play defense. And they play good offense. All 4 of them play good defense. And that's why they're so tough to stop. And that's why a lot of people get on them and why they should be just blowing out the Pacers. Show your will. I mean, they should. I give you that, they should. But the Celtics, they're kind of like a chill team. It's like they gotta wait for it to be kind of close to try to turn it up. Should it be like that? Not really. Will it be? Probably. So I just think the Celtics just gotta play. If they could just play clean basketball, not play no sloppy basketball, and hit their threes. Surprisingly, they didn't hit a lot of threes that game, and that's what's been Boston Celtics all year. One of the best 3-point shooting teams all year, and they hit the most and they take the most. So I think they'll handle that. If you can just match the scoring, if you can match the scoring with the Pacers and play good enough defense, they should win this. They should win game 2 and take a commanding lead going back to Indiana. So I think the Celtics do win tonight. I think they handle business at the crib. Pacers, I think it's going to be close game, not no blowout. I think the Pacers probably lose by, I'm gonna say 8 to 10 points, but Celtics should win this game. And that's all I got for Celtics and the Pacers. Celtics win game 2. All right, so I'm gonna all NBA reaction. So I feel like for the first team in all NBA, I feel like that was kind of easy. You had Luka, SGA, Tatum, Jokic, Giannis. I feel like if you watch basketball, I feel like that should automatic. I feel like that's what it should be. Now, second team was Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. In my second team, I had Jalen Brunson, Ant-Man, LeBron. I thought LeBron should have got second team. And I had Sabonis because I thought Sabonis deserved at least second team after not making the All-Star team, putting up all them good stats. Now for the third team, it was Steph, LeBron, Tyrese Halliburton, Sabonis, and Booker. I didn't have Tyrese Halliburton in my All NBA. I didn't have him. And the only reason I didn't have him is because I thought that he played good in the first half. He was giving you 20, like 23 and like 11 assists. His assist to turnover ratio was crazy good. So, but in the second half, after he kind of hurt his hamstring, he kind of slowed it down a little bit. And I was like, I don't know if he really deserved it. So I gave it to Zion. I thought Zion played good enough to make that all NBA team. But Tyrese is my guy, so he deserves it. So I'm not upset. Maybe the only thing I'm not like, I think the voters actually got it right. I think they did get the all NBA teams right. I think the only thing that I would probably say is put LeBron second and instead of Kawhi. I think LeBron had a better year than Kawhi Leonard. Even though Kawhi Leonard definitely deserves all NBA team. He played amazing. He played the most games since his first year with the Clippers, or that's the most games he's played. So I think he deserved it. So I'm really not upset at the all NBA teams, if we're being honest. I think everybody deserves it. So that's it for all NBA. Not too much. I want to talk about Bronny James. I said last summer. I said Bronny James should go back to school. The only reason I say he should go back to school is because when I watched some games in high school when he was at Sierra Canyon, I didn't see lottery pick. I never thought I just didn't see him being a lottery. He didn't show me. Now to others, he probably did show lottery. But he didn't show me lottery pick. And I was thinking, and I already knew that you had Isaiah Collier, Boogie Ellis, all them other guards coming back. And my friend told me that they might run a 3-guard lineup, Bronny James starting. I was like, okay, let's see. But I was like, he's basically gonna have to have part-time with these other guards, fight for playing time. So I didn't know how he was gonna be. Obviously, he had the heart issue. So I was like, okay, He missed he missed a lot of games, but he did play. And I just think, and throughout the season, he didn't show me that he should be at least a lottery pick or maybe get drafted in the first round. Because I don't want Bronny James to go get drafted by a team and then possibly go to the G League and then basically not play. I don't want him seeing that. I don't want to see that, because then they're just gonna talk about him. They're gonna say, "Oh, he's not good enough," and maybe he just wasn't ready. So I was like, if he goes back to college, maybe even go back to USC or another team, I feel like with a full year under his belt, we could probably see the real Bronny James. But I see some analysts saying Bronny James really isn't a college player. And that actually might be true. He's more of a 3-and-D guy. He said he compares himself to Davion Mitchell, Drew Holiday, Avery Bradley, et cetera, et cetera. He can shoot really well. I think he shoots really well. He shows on the defensive end, and I don't have a problem with that. I just think Bronny should have went back. I just don't want people to basically just talk bad on him, because whatever team he goes to, I don't think he's going to play right away. I think they're just going to send him to the G League, and he's just going to be on a 2-way contract. I just don't want to see that. Now, if he does play with Bron, hey, that is what it is. Goes with the Lakers, but I don't think they will keep him like with the Lakers. I think they probably will send him to the G League too. But we got to wait and see, because Bronny James, he's gonna enter the draft. Now is where is he gonna get drafted to? And I don't believe that wherever team he goes to, Bron will go. No, he's gonna stay. I think LeBron James will stay with the Lakers. I think he stays with the Lakers. So that's it for Bron James. I'm wishing the best for him. Hope he does have a good NBA career. I think he'll be decent, but I just don't want that man to go to the G League and then people just talk about him and say he's not this good of a player. That's all I really got to say about that. Last thing is the coaching for the Lakers. This shouldn't be long. The Lakers coaching, I don't want JJ Redick to be the coach for the Lakers, only because you're probably only going to be there as long as LeBron is there. And then from Shams Charania, if the reports is that he's probably going to get 2 or 3 years, then that's how long you're probably going to be there. And then if you guys don't make the playoffs, make a play-in, and probably get bounced in the first round, they're just going to blame you. I think JJ Redick needs to go to a team where it's a young team. Like, that's where he needs to go. I think the Lakers need an experienced coach or an assistant coach that's been on the sidelines for a long time. So I hear Sam Cassell, Kenny Atkinson, even the coach, even the assistant coach for the Timberwolves. I hear his name. I think they need a coach like that. Not no like rookie coach who hasn't coached at NBA levels or at least been on an NBA bench. Obviously, JJ Redick was a good player. I get you that. But they need somebody with head coaching experience to coach up LeBron. Like Darvin Ham been on a coaching bench for a long time, but I think he just wasn't ready to coach like the Lakers. I think they need like a Sam Cassell type coach who's been on coaching benches for years. So I think they should go after them and not get JJ Redick. JJ Redick, just do your podcast, do the podcast with LeBron, stay on ESPN, do all that. I don't want you to go there and then they'll just get rid of you after 2 years. And that's it. That's it for the full court statement in the podcast. Obviously, this isn't long as usual. It's really not a lot of things to talk about, honestly. But, if there anything come up, might go live after the Mavericks and not the Mavericks, the Celtics and the Pacers game. But for now, this is the Full Court Intern Podcast. I'm Sheldon Moore, and I'll see you guys next time.